Welcome. It's my radio voice here on KHTS. I'm the coach. And boys and girls, how do we say that, Kyle? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to KHTS, 12:20 a.m. right here in Southern California. Yeah, just keep playing that. So let me get just started with the Grammys last night. Kyle Jennings, my very special honored guest. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
I love your voice. I love your voice on radio. You should
be on radio?
You should be in radio.
I'll think about it.
So we got
We
got a big show today on the show that we call The Business of Life. It is called 15 years I've been doing this show. So we're going to talk about, I'm going to give you a heads up because you can call in. I'd love to hear from you because we're going to talk a little politics. I'm going to talk a little politics. Kyle can jump in if he wants. Justin's producing this show. I love this kid. Our call-in number is easy. It's in the 661 area code 298-5487. 298-5487. So here's a heads up on what we're going to talk about. Your perfect day.
Okay.
Everybody, I would love to have, I know what my perfect day is. I'll share it with you.
The question is it spent alone?
No.
Yeah, okay. That was a test.
No, I passed.
For your wife who's probably listening.
No. What bugs you? I mean, there's all kinds of things that bug me. What bugs you? So think about that. And then as the show moves along, if you could have dinner, a 3-hour dinner with 3 people that aren't with us anymore. Like I would love to have dinner with my grandfather. I was kind of a jerky teenager and I loved him and I think about him like almost every day. And I would love to, his name was Harry, and I'd love to say, Grandpa, I called him Granddad. Man, I'm sorry for all the crappy behavior, you know. I'd love to just hug him one more time.
I know we'll get into that later, but actually, I'll just ask you later, since we're going to get into that later.
Yeah. But let's get into a little bit of, did you see the Grammys last night?
I did not. I saw the highlights. I'm a highlight guy. I'm a sports fan, so I'm always looking at highlights of everything.
Got it.
So I saw the highlights, but I did not. And I saw the list of winners.
And Justin, you can turn on your mic and participate in the show today on KHTS AM 1220. Let's get him in the radio, too. He's got a great radio voice, too. Hello.
He's our sports
Say hi to
report.
everybody. Say hi. Oh, you are the sports department?
Yeah.
I am. I'm the sports reporter.
You can listen to the Hometown Sports Report on AM 1220 KHTS.
What time? What time is that on?
In the morning and afternoon drives.
Morning.
Yeah.
So the Eagles are my favorite all-time band or group. And they rushed. The Eagles were on last night, the Grammys.
That's most of them. Yeah.
Yeah, all of them.
Too soon.
Well, Glenn Fry.
Too soon.
Way too soon.
Too soon.
Yeah, but Glenn Fry's gone. But I just thought they rushed the whole thing with the Eagles last night. Bugged me. And then hip hop. So
I'm excited for this. Whatever you're about to say next, I'm really excited.
No, I actually I'm an ex-drummer, so I'm a big music guy. I listen to music, and the hip hop last night was just a little different for me. I can't understand.
Was it Kendrick Lamar?
Yeah, Kendrick Lamar won all the Grammys.
Okay.
Kendrick Lamar. Where did he come from? All of a sudden,
I don't know anything about.
He came from Compton, so
straight out of Compton.
Yeah, straight. No, he did. He said he came from Compton last night, but I mean, he's only been on the scene for what, 3 or 4 years? I mean,
he's been around for about 5 years.
But that's not like LL Cool J or Cool J. Hello, no. Excuse me. But so I couldn't understand him last night. I'm just trying to think. I couldn't. I'm sitting there being objective, not being critical or anything, because I do like hip hop. It tells a story. Hip hop tells a story.
Yeah.
It's like country music. I love country music. So country music tells a story. So does hip hop. But I couldn't understand the story.
Did you not like the story? You couldn't understand.
I couldn't understand the story. Okay. I know he was telling a story.
Okay.
I know he was telling a story. But I couldn't understand.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you that I guarantee majority of the country doesn't understand what he's saying either.
Okay.
He's very lyrical and raps in a lot of...
Fast. He was fast.
Very fast.
Yeah. He was very, very fast. All right, so...
I know he does free concerts every once in a while. He'll send out tweets and he'll say they're in this location and the first 300 people to show up.
You listen to hip-hop. Is he admired in the hip-hop community?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's a good dude. He's not a druggie or...
No, really good.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
That's good.
There were a lot of people there that weren't there that I thought should be at the Grammys. Where were some of the big stars of yesterday? They weren't there. I mean, this is like your generation. You're both millennials. I mean, this is like, even if you're like 37, you're done.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, you're done. Done. Nobody cares what you think or what you're doing. All right. Can I make... I have no... Let's switch subjects here, politics, for a minute. Jump in, both of you. So I have no horse in the race. I despise and hate the Republicans as much as I do the Democrats. I think it's one party. I think Congress has done a complete disservice to our country. I don't know what they do. Take the money out. I mean, we should be sending young men and women and people of all ages to Washington without the money. Take the money out of this thing. The money is screwing everything up. 298-5487. Jump in if you want to talk to the coach. 298-5487. 661 area code, you know that, 661-298-5487. Why can't we take the money out? Why can't we own this country? We own the country, and nobody, my wife and I were talking about it. When you look at, there's 120 million adults. So only 8 or 9 or 10 million, I'll even say 15 million, are watching the presidential debates, right? They're participating in some way. What about the other 90%? They don't know who's running. It's embarrassing. They don't know who's running. They don't care. And in the general election, Kyle, we get, 37% of the population. We have a minority population voting for the most important people that truly have an effect on our lives.
What's your solution to fix that, though? Like, how do you get people more involved, other than something drastic where they lose something? Or
do you know how much a congressman starts at?
More than I make.
$176,000 a year. Plus,
and they probably don't have they have a driver and stuff, so they're probably not.
They don't have a driver, but they get an expense account.
Yeah.
They get health insurance. They get free food, a lot of free stuff.
Yeah.
$176,000 to start. How many jobs start at $176,000? I don't know very many.
This radio station, I can tell you, they do not start.
No, doctors don't even start at $176,000. I mean, doctors that are saving people's lives. I turn my phone off. Why is it doing that? Oh, maybe they're calling in.
Popular guy.
If you want to call it, don't call my cell phone. Call in at 298-54. This guy's calling my cell phone. Call in at 298-5487. If you think I'm right or wrong, I want to hear what you have to say. But if we take the money out of it and we send citizens, first of all, do we need 365? Well, maybe we do need people to participate. Government's so big. But I would say...
Because of the money, though.
Because of the money.
It's because of the money.
It's ridiculous, Justin.
The other 74%, or whatever you want to say, 64, sorry, you say 36% of the ones that vote, those people don't think it matters. They don't think it matters to them.
Right on, and that's sad. Your generation is... so let me talk about Bernie for a second, Bernie Sanders. What he is saying is actually true. He's accurate in what he's describing as some of the problems in this country. Now, I don't agree at all on his solutions, but he is talking about a society that's out of balance. That he is saying that 90% of all the money is with 1%. That's not right. That's not, when I came up, there was multiple classes. I grew up very, very poor. No father, foster kid. I grew up in East LA, fought my way. I mean, horrible. I don't even talk about the horrible neighborhoods I grew up in. But there were class structure. You could move up from one. Now there's two classes: those who have and those who don't. That's not a great way to keep our country going. And I'm serious when I say that. Young guys like you are going to have a hard time unless, well, we can talk about that. I was going to say you're going to have a hard time unless you get lucky, unless you really, really, really get good at something, or you pick a career. Like if I come back, I want to come back like at 18 and work on Wall Street. If I would have known as an 18-year-old that I could make billions of dollars on Wall Street with my big mouth, I would have done it. I could have been somebody.
So who has the solution? What is the solution, though, for this problem?
Let's go slow.
Okay.
We've got a whole hour here. Don't rush me. So now on the Republican side, so we have a movement. So on the Democratic side, people are ticked off. People are, I can't use the P word, but people are upset. Government, in many ways, has let us down. Government has disappointed us. Government, for whatever reason, has people angst. He makes a comment about Social Security. People can't live on Social Security. But Kyle, do you realize that about 95% of everybody winds up on Social Security, and they can't exist on it? $12,000 a year, $1,000 a month, where you can't live in California. But people, when you see the have-nots growing, look at the homeless. There's a reason. Some of it is because they've got psychotic issues. Some of it is because they're drunks and drugs, and there's a lot of reasons why people are homeless. But there's a lot of reasons why people are struggling too. And I'm concerned about the future of this country, not for me and my wife, but for my kids and my grandkids. And how do we get people involved? How do we get people involved in government? And this is what I'm saying. Look at Santa Clarita, where we live. Government functions here, right? Government seems to work. We've got a city council that seems caring. We got board of directors on the school districts that seem caring. Our school's in pretty good shape. Drive around this community, it's pretty cool. But that's not a lot of America, man. Santa Clarita doesn't look broken. Drive down to the San Fernando Valley. That looks broken. Boarded up strip centers. Look at who's going to the schools. Every minority. Where are the kids with money going to school? Private schools. So we're out of balance in so many things. So if nothing but poor kids are going to public school, how are they going to get introduced to the rest of the world? How are they going to get a leg up? So I'm concerned. Now on the Republican side, you got this guy, Donald Trump, also anti-establishment, right? Thinks all politicians are stupid, and I have to kind of agree with him. I think most politicians are there because they can't get a job doing anything else. Think about it. Their job is getting elected. You should think about running for, I'd run you. I'd be your campaign manager. You'd start at 176.
That's not bad.
No.
It's not bad at all.
No, and you get a little pin you get to wear on your lapel that says you're a congressman.
Got to get a suit.
Nobody fools with you. Oh,
I can afford a new suit with that kind of salary.
so we've got to raise some money to get you a suit?
Yeah.
Okay, we can do that.
I can
do
go to
that.
LA and
Okay,
buy
we
one,
can do
though.
that. So how do we get people your age interested in politics, in the government? I believe if I ask both of you and your friends, if we're all sitting around, they don't give a, I'll bet you know, because you're in broadcasting, but how many people, if we lined up 100 people your age, how many would know even who our U.S. senators are?
Probably not very many.
99.
Well, given that I don't know who our U.S. senators are, I know a couple.
Barbara Feinstein and
Boxer.
Barbara Boxer.
Nice try. Oh, they're both the same name?
I don't know.
Diane.
Diane Feinstein.
Did I say Barbara Feinstein?
Hold on
I
a
know who it is.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, hold on a second here.
Yeah, let's line your kind up, huh?
Diane Feinstein.
What?
Yeah.
But I think it starts.
But don't you think that's pretty serious that you don't know the two most important people in your home state?
Yes, I do think that's an issue. And then but the other thing is, I think it starts. You know, honestly, I think it starts at home because, the reason people don't go out and for the elections is because, like you said, they don't care. And so, if you care about where you live, if you care about your community, if you care about this country, then you're going to go out and vote because.
Let's
you know what I mean?
hold on. Let me pause there because I want to dedicate the show to cute girls today. If you're cute, call in 29.
Me too.
298. No, Lori's adorable. Who else? My granddaughter is adorable. Jerry's adorable. So every cute person in my life that I'm dedicating the show to today.
Okay.
But let's get back to what you were saying. So I think it starts with patriotism. I think that's the foundation block, patriotism, right? Where do two young guys like you learn about patriotism? I'm being serious for a second now. I learned it in school. We had history classes. The teachers were patriotic. These were teachers that either were in World War II or they served our country. So let me ask you both. Don't you think we should establish some kind of service that you two... Why are you making a face like that?
Justin does have a face.
I
have one of those.
like in Israel, you have to provide some form of public service for the government in Israel. Why can't we do that in this country? Why can't young people serve 2 years?
You're tired of the government.
Time out a second. Stay with me. Great question. I'm not tired of the government. We need to reorganize the government and make it a citizens' government.
Okay.
Stay with me. Great question. Take the money out. And reduce the size of government. Because government's so big, it's ineffective. Look at the LA school district. They can't manage what they have. But they're too big. When you get too big, you get bureaucratic. When you get bureaucratic, stay with me, Justin.
I'm trying.
When you get bureaucratic, you get complacency and you get mediocrity. When you're so big, mediocrity and complacency comes into every job, not just the LA school district, but any big business. How many people that employ thousands of people care 100% about doing their job the best that they can? I would think a smaller percentage.
Not a lot.
Not a lot, thank you. You come to work, you get paid, and you can't wait to go home and barbecue. That's our government. So back to patriotism. How do you get patriotism as a young person into your
I want
life?
Kyle to answer this. I think Kyle's got big ideas.
I have big ideas.
But you're a patriot. I know you're a patriot.
I do, but I think it does have to do with I mean, you do learn about U.S. history in school. I've learned about it my whole life growing up. But my parents were patriotic too. My grandfather, who we were talking about earlier, he's World War II veteran. You know what I mean? So it's kind of ingrained in my fabric of family. But at the same time, like, just because I don't want to alienate people who didn't have family service members. You know what I mean? I think you can still be a patriot no matter what political party you're affiliated with, no matter
question.
how many family members are not, and how
when you go to a Dodger,
family was.
when both of you go to the Dodger game, do you put your hand over your heart when they sing the Star Spangled Banner?
No, I'm booing the Dodgers.
No, but you're not booing the Star
Not during the Star Spangled Banner.
You're not booing the Dodgers during the Star Spangled Banner, I hope. And that's another subject.
That's when he throws stuff on the field.
We're going to get into this booing thing, but I put my hand over my heart.
Yeah, I do that.
But I see so many people, you guys, they don't even take their hat off.
Yeah,
I've actually seen people sitting down during the Star Spangled Banner.
You can't force people to do that. You know what I mean?
I know.
You can't just if you can't force somebody to put their hand over their heart. You can't force somebody to take off their hat. That's why. This,
but who's
that's why this country is great, is because this is America. But at the same time, like, it's a fine line between, like, you were talking about public service and stuff, like joining the military. That's all well and good, but you can't.
But everything
force them to do it. That makes government bigger.
Everything is learned. Everything is learned. So you learn to become patriotic. Think about it. Everything. You have a young son who's not employed yet because he's only, 2 months old?
He's 3 months old. I have a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old. And a 3-month-old.
You have a 3-month-old son that's unemployed.
Yeah, unemployed. Still not employed.
So. He's unemployed.
Don't even get me started.
He's 3 months and he's unemployed.
He's showing some good signs. He's been sending out resumes.
Okay, so you're going to teach your son patriot. You're going to teach your son everything about life, but he learns patriotism from your family.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get that, but you can't force patriotism on somebody.
Not in this country. Harking back to, we need to raise our children better again. This is what it all comes down to.
Thank you,
right?
buddy.
Well, that's what it does come down to.
This is a bright young man. Yeah. Harking back.
I'm bright.
Harking.
I'm bright. Kyle.
Harking back. Harking back.
I came in here just so you know. You started you told me.
We're going to get into these subjects.
And then
let's take a break. Let's take a break. We're going to get
into about patriotism and.
Yeah, we're done with this segment of the show. This is the business life. I'm the coach, Coach Ron Tunick. Thanks for calling in. We had just a ton of phone calls. 298-5487. Great calls. Thank you for calling in. 298-5487 if you want to contribute. We'll be right back, and we're going to talk about the perfect day. Your perfect day. We'll be right back on KHTS 1220 AM. Don't forget, download the app. It's a great app. Go to the App Store, and you can listen to us when you go back to work on your iPhone or your Droid. We'll be right